Yes, sure. Hi, my name is Kristen Nguyen. My pronouns is she, her, and I'm running for UMSU Accessibility Representative. Yes, so accessibility for me is more than just a policy issue. For me, it's more personal. As a student with mental disability and also neurological disability, I have experienced firsthand in navigating the university accommodation and support. So I both understand the strength of the university system, but also the gap that still exists in the system. For what I know from other students in accessibility service as well, we realize that the current policy still create certain barriers that that really impacting students with disability to accessing accommodation on time. And lots of time, when concern are raised, usually they are just met with this is the procedural, and there's nothing we can do. So student disability end up have to accept the limited outcome from the procedural, and that's why I believe that accessibility and accommodation should be something that not create more barriers for students with disability, not something that students with disability have to fight for, but as an accommodation that help students with disability feel relief, feel sense of belonging, feel that they being accepted in a university, and feel that they're not different, or they're not demanding anything extra, but it is their right to be able to receive accommodation. And also according to the both provincial and also the federal human rights law, the university has an obligation to accommodate students with disability up until undue hardship. So with that being said, accessibility is not optional. It is an obligation and requirement for the university to uphold. And that's why I'm really passionate to be able to advocate for a system that less barriers, provide more flexibility and proactive accommodation to students with disability, and also to help students with disability feel that, they belong here, that they're not different, that their needs, is not something demanding. It's actually really normal and really human for them to ask those needs. Yes, so I have three pillars that I hope to accomplish during my office role. The first one, the first pillar is actually the proactive accommodation. As I mentioned before, like the Student Accessibility Service, they have like a strict guideline, 2 weeks limit for students with under SAS to actually maybe like sign up for midterm or final with the office with extra time, or with certain like accommodation that require in the doctor transcript or according to the needs. So with that being said, lots of times students with disability, they might have some physical or mental like issue during like those 2 weeks, so which prevent them from actually reach out or sign up with SAS service before 2 weeks in advance. So every time if a student they miss that deadline, the SAS will just inform the student that there's nothing they can do. Is the policy is the procedural. So that is not proactive accommodation, and I really want to advocate for more proactive accommodation, so that students with disability, when they have some health issue or health crisis, they can still reach out for help. And SAS, I do believe SAF has an obligation to accommodate them, regardless if they meet the 2 weeks deadlines or not. So that's what I will advocate for in my proactive accommodation pillar 1. The next pillar is transparency and also accountability. As I mentioned, the system is not really transparent to us. Like, we don't know what is actually going on. We just know that SAS, like require us to, like to at least inform them 2 weeks before, like, to sign up with their service. But we don't know why it cannot be right? It cannot be changed. Why have to be 2 weeks? Why not less than that? So that's why I believe that it should be more transparent. It should be shown to students with disability that, oh, right, we are here, the administration are here to be proactively adjust the policy and procedural accordingly to the student disability need, not, just give a fixed timeline and then ask the student with disability to adapt to it. Their health condition hard to adapt to a system that never built for them. So I want, the administration or the SAS office to be more transparent and took, accountable for this for removing the barrier for students with disability to equally anticipate and also participate in the university education process. And the last pillar I want to advocate is actually the student center, services, which mean like the policy, the procedural, or the services needs to be really prioritized for the student needs, for diversity of needs. So I do hope that the SAS office or the administration really takes seriously or consideration of student with disability feedback and opinion, and what makes the system harder for them and how to remove that. I really hope that they can take seriously that feedback or create an anonymous feedback system so that they can keep up with all the anonymous feedback from the student with disability so that they can improve it proactively and also prioritizedly, not something that they left as an afterthought or something that we can focus on it later. It's something that they must proactively adjust and meet with students with disability. Yes, and that is the 3 pillars that I want to advocate. But most of the time, my goal is to make a stronger community for students with disability, to feel that they belong here, they feel respected, they feel that their needs are really actually being met, and they actually being be a part of the process, and the process that actually help to uplift them, not create more barriers for them. And accessibility should be something not for them to fight for. It should be something that actually less barriers and feel like a sense of belonging for students with disability in campus. In 3 words, I will envision my term with transparency. I want my team, to proactively, be transparent with students with disability of what progress we are making too. I want to let them know that this is how much finance we have, and I want to ask for their opinion that if this how much we have, what student with disability wants, to help them feel better in the community, a sense of belonging, to also to meet their needs, maybe any financial that they might require. So I want to be transparent of how much we can do to support them. The second is in charity. I hope that our team will keep our promise. Also keep our standard of being honest with them, of being transparency, and also do everything ethically. We'll try our best to advocate for the need of students with disability. Advocate for the administration, but we also want to to let the student know that okay, we have to do this, we have to do that, and we have to try our best. Lots of time, the outcome cannot be depend on us. Is the administration, that they need to be keep in mind of, but we will try our best. And the last one is we want to be a team that compassionate. Yeah, we want to be like an office, like a place that students with disability feel that they can go and share their concern with. They feel open, they feel a sense of belonging, they feel that at least someone in the school understand how they feel, understand their barriers, their problems. And yeah, I want to create like a community that makes students with disability feels that they go to school with a sense of belonging, know that their problems, their concern are being heard, are being raised to the administration, and that they shouldn't feel like they are burdened to the community or the society, and that they should feel proud of who they are. That is the main goal that I want to bring into the office this term. Yes, so I'm actually in my second year, major in labor studies and minor in philosophy. Yeah, I love writing a lot, especially in terms of ethics, political or social justice issue, because justice is something I'm really passionate about, especially in terms of marginalized community, or those community that being oppressed by the majority. And my future goal is to get into law school. So that's why, my degree is really helping me, to understand the broader concept of social issue. And, especially for those that marginalized community that being oppressed or their needs are not being really neglected, are not being heard by the majority. So I hope, I really hope that my degree or even my position UMSU accessibility rep, if I elected, I really hope that it will provide me a bigger experience, so that when I get into law school in the future, I can be a great advocate, also like a good lawyer that can use my voice to defend, also to speak up for those that cannot defend for themselves, those that don't have power to change, and those that cannot even afford to speak up or to change or access to resources. So I do hope that this position and also other experience in university can equip me to become that lawyer, someone that can speak up for justice, for the issue that society tend to ignore. Yeah.